They're called Lalula, and please ignore the comb sticking out, but I was super excited to try out a new brand of hair. I'm always gonna start off with a quick unbagging, and they really did not disappoint, guys. I'm just not gonna lie. And I love when it's stuff that I can actually use. They sent a pack of alligator clips, and this is actually my favorite type of clips to use, so that was really exciting. They also included some eyelashes. They gave me a stitch tool. You guys can attach this to your pinky or your ring finger. They sent a comb, and then they sent me 3 bundles of their water wave hair in 20 inches, and I was super excited to try this hair out. I usually need 4 bundles, but I was thoroughly surprised, guys. I was actually able to get some really full boho braids using only 3 packs. I will say, shout out to Lalula, because these are definitely the thickest bundles that I have ever received from a company, especially for it to be 20 inches, and I did these braids really, really long. I was thoroughly impressed. And as always, I'm gonna start by combing out any filler hair. This is gonna allow your boho to look a lot thicker, and great quality hair does not have a lot of filler hair coming out. And as you guys can see, this is not a lot of filler hair coming out, so I was super excited about that. I then applied a little bit of product at the top, and I'm gonna go ahead and separate out my pieces. And because I'm doing these full and long, guys, prepping for this is a must, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm prepping most of the hair that I'm using. So on this tray, I was able to fit 2 bundles before I started my client. So this is 2 bundles of the Lalula hair on the tray. I have my 3rd bundle that I'm gonna prep when I'm almost done and at the top. And I was just excited to get started. I'm using 54-inch braiding hair because, like I said, we're doing these butt length, and I'm gonna just be packing this hair in. And I still had a whole bundle to put in her head, so I really started packing that boho hair in. Like I said, I was really impressed with the fullness of these bundles that Lalula sent, especially being 20 inches. I am going to be putting a little bit less boho hair here, just because it tends to tangle at the nape of the neck more, and we want that fullness to really be focused on the top and not necessarily those bottom rows. So I do like to put some boho in the back of the neck, just in case they put their hair up or they do like a half up, half down. We still want some fullness, but I am going to be focusing that fullness more so at the top of my client's head. I'm using nail glue to seal these braids, and I'm just using a very, very small amount. I would never recommend using nail glue close to your client's hair, but obviously Bree's hair is not to her butt, so it's working. And as I work my way up to the top, I'm going to be adding those boho pieces in about 1 inch down, and I'm just gonna keep packing it in. How are you creating those? And so I'm just showing you guys that I part that around, and I'm just gonna connect it to the other side, and that's how I close off those top 2 rows. Now, because these are my last 2 rows, you'll start to see me adding in that curly hair on both sides of the braid. Like I said, that's going to create that fullness at the top that I'm really going for, and yeah, it's going to give it like that Bora Bora looking effect. So if you're like me and you're not a water wave girly, I checked Lalula's website, and they offer 3 other textures. They offer deep wave, loose wave, and also a body wave. I'm like, okay, yeah, we got a hit, we got another one. So I really, really love that. But I know some people do also like that super big, fluffy, full boho look, and so I'm going to show you guys that as well. Now for my full boho braids, I'm getting anywhere to 10 to 12 pieces in each braid, which I know you guys are like, that's a lot. Like, yes, we want to use every single piece of these bundles, and we want to make it really, really full. Bree does have a small head, so it does make it easier. Any excess braiding hair that is left at the end of the braid, I'm just going to go ahead and snip that off, and we will get into the finished looks. I have been really loving to show my clients how to style their braids, and also showing them that their braids will fit into one ponytail with one hand. This is really important to some of my clients, just because they love to style their braids up, and you want to make sure that it's not too heavy and they can put it up. And look how full these braids are, guys. I even went ahead and put it in a ponytail. Again, this is not dipped, and I'm loving the fullness, the fluffiness, and Bree is loving it too. She's like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling myself. But I did end up dipping them after this as well. I tested this out, it was bomb, so I knew it was going to be a go. I kind of wet her top down a little bit with mousse and just used like the residue from the ends to get through the middle. And guys, this is the finished look with the dip. Still super full. I love how fluid it is and how it moves. And Brie is just a doll, y'all. This hair looks so bomb on her. I would definitely recommend, and I would definitely be using their hair again. Super high quality, and I'm excited to see how it holds up. This is the finished look. When it is dipped, you guys can just see that movement. I did want to put it in slow-mo so you guys can see the fluidity of those braids. I absolutely love this look. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And everything from Lalula will be linked below for you guys to try out.